All right, what is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Welcome back to the channel. We've got 3 games in this wild card round, all game 3s. This one should be fun today. So, recap from yesterday. Congrats if you tailed any play because we swept. So, beautiful day. Gave out, if you're not in the Discord, you should be. Gave out 7 parlays in the Discord. We hit 6 out of 7. A few other guys gave out some parlays that smashed, so we just absolutely destroyed yesterday. If you want to join the Discord, I will post it in the pinned comments. Absolutely free to join. Not going to charge you or sell you anything, any of that bullshit. Just a good community to, try to beat the books. All right, let's jump into this slate and knock this out. So first game, Tigers and the Guardians. Jack Flaherty going up against Slade Sassoni. This is a tough one. This is one Tigers had this game, I thought. They just couldn't score. Runners in scoring position, they were absolutely awful. Guardians pulled away late. Now you've got Jack Flaherty on the mound. Tigers have lost 7 of the last 8 games on the road that Jack Flaherty has started. Doesn't have a fantastic record in the playoffs. He's 4-5 in the playoffs. This will actually be his first start in the playoffs with the Tigers. But I'll tell you what he does do. They give up runs and they score runs. They're 7-2 to the over with Flaherty on the mound. And I don't trust Slade Sassoni, frankly. If we look at kind of recency, his last start was against the Rangers. He gave up 4 earned runs, only went 4 innings, 0 in the game before that against Minnesota, gave up 2 against Chicago. You go to a good team like Boston, he gave up 7. He's given up 6 to Atlanta, 3 to Tampa Bay. So not somebody I trust. Very capable of having a massive blow up. Jack Flaherty hasn't been stellar. Gave up 3 to the Guardians in his last start on the 24th. Only went into the 5th. Now he gave up 1 in the game before that against the Guardians. But again, we're getting into where they're facing each other so many times. This will be the 4th time that Flaherty has faced this Guardians team. It would be the 3rd time Sassoni has faced this Tigers team. And I don't really love where the bullpens are, to be honest. Cade Smith did not look good yesterday. He went 31 pitches, struggled to throw a strike. I thought he was going to screw up, that game potentially. Hunter Gaddis didn't really look fantastic. Sobrowski looked okay. Herron came in pretty clutch, but it's really no one that I love in this Guardians bullpen right now in terms of recency. I mean, Herron was pretty good, but he's a specialty lefty guy. Same with Sobrowski. And we go to this Tigers team. They use Tyler Holton, 31 pitches. I'm sure he'll probably still be available, but I don't really mind Finnegan. I think Vest is pretty solid. He'll be nice and fresh, but Troy Melton had a little bit of a meltdown. We saw that, so that's an option. So give me the over 7 in this one. Now, it's been really under because we've had the wind blowing in pretty extremely. I think it got up to gusts of like 20 miles an hour yesterday, but it's going to be a little bit of a different story today. I mean, it's going to be 74 degrees and it's going to be a fairly light wind, 3, maybe 5 miles an hour blowing in a little bit from right field. So I do like runs in this one. Give me over 7 as our best bet. I do lean Tigers in this one. Now, the team that has won game 1 has gone on to win 18 of 20 times. So there is a very high 90% hit rate here where the game 1 winner typically wins the series. Again, we're talking short numbers going back to 2020. So obviously we can't just base everything off of that, but it is a good data point here. I do lean the Tigers in a shootout here, but I'm just going to take the over in this one. Next one's going to be the Padres and the Cubbies. Jameson Taillon going up against Yu Darvish. Again, Darvish, not a great record in playoffs. He's 5-8, and his teams have lost 3 of the last 4 games he pitched in. Jameson Taillon's 0-1 in the playoffs, so there's not a ton of good stuff here. You look at the Cubs in the last game of a series at home, though, they're pretty good. They're 5-3, but they have won 5 of the last 6. We look at the Padres, not so good in that last game of a series on the road, 6-7. Another one where I think we could see a shootout. We look at Darvish, we look at Taillon, both guys that are very susceptible to the home run. Taillon 1.67 home runs per 9, Yu Darvish 1.75. This is one where I really like the Cubs here. A couple of reasons. I think the weather's going to be a little bit better. Cubs hit more home runs than the Padres. Padres are not a prolific home run hitting team. I think that's a bit of a misnomer. Cubs actually hit way more home runs than the Padres, and they got, shut out a little bit yesterday. So I do like that coming back to that today. And then in terms of the bullpen here, it's just one we saw Mason Miller throw 27 yesterday. I think he could be available, but we definitely saw as he got tired, control definitely went away. They threw Marone 33 pitches, so probably could pitch, but again, what's he going to look like? We go on the other side for the Cubs. I think their bullpen's in good shape. Now, Kittredge has thrown back-to-back days. He was the opener yesterday. Didn't look fantastic, but technically, if they need him, he's there. Palencia did not throw yesterday. Thielbar only threw 14, so I do think they've got some arms. Pomeranz didn't throw yesterday. So this is one. Give me the Cubbies in this one. Both teams, Yu Darvish is 3-2 against the Cubs. Tyone's 2-0 against the Padres. In terms of recent form, we just haven't really seen where Darvish has been locked down. He's given up 2 or more in 5 straight games. If we look at Tyone, he's been pretty decent. 1 or less in his last 3 starts, 2 or less in his last 6 starts. So he's actually pitching much better than Yu Darvish here in this spot. So this is one. Give me the Cubbies to win this. I think it's going to be a tight one. I think we can maybe look at the over 7.5, but I think both teams do have some strong arms here. So maybe if I were to take anything, it would be like a first 5 over. This is one. Give me the Cubs on the money line, minus 115. All right, last game is going to be the game of the night. It's going to be the Red Sox and the Yankees. It's one of those, I wish I was a Yankees or a Red Sox fan. There's a lot of hatred between these two teams. It's a shame that we only get a best of 3. I would love to see this in 7 games. It's just a fantastic rivalry between the two teams. But we get Conley Early going up against Cam Schlittler. So 2 rookies kind of battling it out here. Now, I think the leash is going to be really small on both of these pitchers, although Aaron Boone might be one of the worst when it comes to managing his arms. It's like he doesn't game manage well when it comes to bullpen usage and when to pull people. He just tends to leave them hanging out a little bit too long. We kind of saw that with Rodon last night. But this is one, it's going to be a heavily public play. I know it's going to be probably the number 1 prop bet, but it's okay. I'm falling for it if it does happen. Conley Early over 3.5 Ks, right? I think he goes 3, maybe 4 innings, but this is a guy that's got massive strikeout stuff, and this is a Yankees team that loves to strike out, let's be honest. So Conley Early over 3.5 Ks is going to be my best bet in this game. In terms of who wins it, I think you're getting great value to take the Red Sox, and again, we've got that recency trend of Game 1 winners just going on to win the series. It's just one of those, I don't trust this Yankees bullpen. I think we're going to get decent starting pitching. I mean, Cam Schlittler has been pretty fantastic in his last 2 starts, but that was against Baltimore. But he gave up 4 against Minnesota. He gave up 4 against Toronto. So when we look at kind of the better teams, I would say he's definitely been susceptible. And Conley Early has given up, 2 earned runs in back-to-back starts against Detroit and Tampa Bay. But he looked really good against the Athletics. But it's such a small sample size. I mean, this guy's faced 3 teams in his major league career. So it's not like we have a ton to go off of. In terms of the bullpen, Whitlock looked pretty bad yesterday, and he went 47. Unlikely we'll see him, but Chapman did not go, so he is well rested. But they threw Match yesterday, Wilson, Slayton. So I don't necessarily love where their bullpen's at. We look at the Yankees, they're in a better spot. Now, Bednar's thrown 3 of the past 4 days, though. Williams has thrown 3 of the past 4 days. Fernando Cruz has thrown 3 of the past 4 days. So there is some wear and tear on these arms in terms of Bednar, Williams, and Cruz. We haven't seen Paul Blackburn, which if you're a Yankees fan, you better hope you don't because he's not good. Tim Hill hasn't thrown much. He threw 4 pitches on Tuesday, so he's pretty fresh. Weaver is technically fresh, but he hasn't looked good. So that's my concern here with back in the Yankees is with Bednar, Williams, and Cruz all pitching 3 of the past 4 days, there's going to be some fatigue. So the Red Sox have the bullpen advantage, I would say. It's just will the offense show up? In terms of the weather, it's going to be a good day. 61 degrees, so we're getting some playoff weather, and the wind's going to be blowing kind of in and out from right field, but it shouldn't have a major impact on this. So I do like runs in this game. I think 7.5 going to the over as a possibility, but I would take Boston at this number. It's just too good a value here to not take Boston. Yankees are way overpriced considering their bullpen issues and their coaching disadvantage, in my opinion. All right, best bets, get you guys on your way. I appreciate you guys tuning into the channel. So like I said, our first best bet is going to be Conley Early over 3.5 Ks, minus 118 on FanDuel. This is going to be a heavy public play. I know it, but I just think it's still too low. Tigers Guardians over 7 -105 over on BetMGM, and we're taking the Cubs on the money line -115 over on Bet365. Like I said, I will put a link to join the Discord down below. If you want to join the community, it's absolutely free. Just don't be an asshole, and we're good. So, GG to my Reds. It sucks, but we had a lot of money riding on the Dodgers last night. Teoscar Hernandez needs to learn how to catch a fucking fly ball. So he made it nice and sweaty. But great night. Let's have a good day today, guys, and I will catch you in the next video.